Dior Lucky Clover collection and the Westman Atelier new foundation launched, I've just got back from a whirlwind trip to Sephora and Selfridges. I went in looking for the latest new releases and found some absolute heavyweights. I know, I'm usually your go-to for high street dupes and saving those pennies. But when the new Dior Lucky Clover collection and the Westman Atelier new foundation launched, I had to give it a try. Occasionally, there are some high-end products which are worth the splurge, and I save on affordable dupes where I can. So when I do want to buy something that's up there price-wise, I can. As you know, I'm not sponsored, I don't get PR, everything I buy is with my own money. But if I don't test luxury products, how can I try and find affordable alternatives? I'm going to start with the Westman Atelier foundation. There it is in its very, very heavy glass bottle, and it has a satisfying click. There was a bit of a complication about this because Gucci herself says you should apply it over your skincare and avoid silicones to sit underneath it. Because it's water-based, you should always put it over water-based products. So I dug through my collection and I added a little bit of the Dalba Truffle toner and a little bit of Rhode glazing milk. Both of them are silicone free. It also comes with a brush, which is so expensive. It's more expensive than the actual foundation, and I absolutely refuse to spend that kind of money on a brush. But I had a feel in store and I found this very old Real Techniques, which seems to have soft bristles but firm bristles to spread the product. You don't have to shake it first, which is always a good thing. And that is the amount that I'm using to begin with. Tapping it into the brush. Here goes. It says it's medium coverage. It's fine on my skin because I don't have any blemishes at the moment. But if you want more coverage, is it buildable? That's what we need to know. They say the weightless formula glides on like a favourite serum, delivering a natural hydrated finish. Supreme Skin Bio Complex jumpstarts skin renewal, smooths, brightens and firms for visible results in 4 weeks. So it's skincare disguised as foundation. It's got sunflower, rosemary and seaweed extracts which restore and improve the skin barrier. I'll build it up a little bit and then we have to see, of course, how it performs with other products on top, because I refuse to buy a whole new makeup routine to accommodate my foundation. Yeah, I think that builds up okay. And this is M1. There are 30 shades to choose from, so you should be able to find one that works for you. I always film in natural light, but I wanted to just show you in a different light. I think it's really lovely actually. Let's see how everything else lays on top. So yeah, I think this is worth it. It's also got the Westman Atelier written around the inside of the lid. Is the price worth that? I don't know. If they could have shaved $5 or $10 off and not do that, I think that would be really cool. Okay, so for you UK girlies, it's not available in Selfridges yet. It's exclusively at Space NK. I don't know how long for, but if you want to invest, that's the place to go. Next, I walked around to Sephora, which is newly opened in London's very fashionable Carnaby Street, or at least it was in the 60s, although all those wonderful 60s shops have now gone. I couldn't find anything I wanted to buy, but I moved on to Selfridges. It was rammed. But I refused to get sidetracked by any other brand. I went straight for Dior. I wanted to check out their full collection and it's stunning. There are 2 eyeshadow quints and I got the green one because that's me. The other one is a bit more neutral. There's a corresponding blush to each palette, And there's a nail polish, which is absolutely darling. However, I forgot, I wanted to pick up the nail varnish, but I got so carried away chatting to Garanda, who was my sales assistant, and we were chatting, she's a makeup artist in real life, so we were chatting about various colours, and I came away with the palette and the corresponding blush. The palette comes in this leather wallet, which apparently can also double as a credit card holder. Not quite sure how, because all your credit cards would fall out. Look at that. Isn't that gorgeous? This is Charmed Green, which has a harmony of minty green, gold leaning tones, an olive green, a satin beige gold, and a creamy rich dark brown. Now in store, I did actually try this on my eyes because I wanted to check that the formula was up to par. Sometimes Dior can be a little bit, shall we say, temperamental, but they all went on really, really nicely. And I applied them with my fingers. They're all shimmery, shiny, pearly, I think is probably the right way to describe it. But is it worth the price tag? Let's find out together. The other product I tried is this blush. Is it unique enough to splurge on? Not sure. I think I've got many things that can get the same effect, but we're going to try it today and see what happens. Okay, let's see how this baby performs. Now, as I said, yesterday I used my fingers. I'm going to use brushes now. I think I went straight in with the olive green, so I'm going to do that first and just put that on my lid. It's not too heavy on the pigment, which is great, but it's not lightweight like a Chanel. You can actually build it up. Gorgeous. So you could just stop right there and put on a bit of lippy and go. Tiny pencil brush. Just put some on the outer corner of the lower lash line. Then I took a little bit of the gold and inner cornered it. Very subtle. It's more of a topper actually. Then I went really brave and went into this lime green, and I am going to use my fingers, and I just put it on top to add a little bit of dimension. It's a really blendable powder actually, and it's quite flattering on older eyelids, which is always a good thing. And then for you, I'm just going to add a little bit of this one here, which may not show up, but I'm going to put that on the outside. Now they do have an eye pencil in this collection, but actually when I swatched it in store, I realised that actually my Lisa Eldridge in Night Forest or my Victoria Beckham in Olive, same colour, so didn't get that. But what I did instead was I took a little bit of this and just patted the dark brown and made myself a little baby wing and just popped it in the lash line. A little bit of gold in the centre just to give it a pop. And you can see I'm packing this on, but it actually doesn't look like a clown face. Now I've got my eyes on, I'm just going to do my normal bronzing thing that I do, and then I'll add a little bit of concealer. And then I'm going to add a little bit of my Maybelline. I love mixing really high-end stuff with drugstore products. I'm going to be really brave and not going to use any under my eyes because I applied the foundation to almost my lash line, so I'm just going to leave it. So just do a little bit of this, a little bit of this, a little bit of this. I'm using a very, very small amount because I don't want to cover up that foundation. You see, I've got nothing on my cheeks, but I've got a bit of a glow going there. What's all that about? I haven't put anything on. Blush, here it is in all its glory. It's a lovely warm peach. And I am going to put it high up, the way that Garanda did on me. And that does add a little bit of shimmer. Can you see? That's really quite nice. It's not obvious that it's got anything in there that's going to give you shimmer, but it does. It's very pretty. No highlighter required. Amazing. Bedroom light and bathroom light. You can actually see that shimmer that's coming through on the blush. That's the full face of my haul. So let's recap. The foundation I think is worth it if you want to splurge that much money. I will definitely be on the lookout for, if not a dupe, an affordable alternative. The eyeshadow palette is stunning. If you've got lots of different green colours in your collection, do you need it? Probably not. The beauty of this palette is that it does blend really easily. Did I get a blending brush out? No. The blush, I was gonna say don't, but actually it's tricky, this one, because it's gorgeous. But could you get the same effect with highlighter and a blush that you have that is a peachy colour? Yes, probably. But I'm glad that I've got them, and I'm glad that the savings that I've made on affordable alternatives and dupes has allowed me to have a little bit of money to splurge on what I want to splurge on. If you've got any questions at all, pop them in the comments. And yeah, so there we go. Are they worth it? Let me know whether you think these are worth it. That's what I'm interested in. That's it for today. Hit the like if you've enjoyed this and subscribe if you haven't. Thank you to all my subscribers. And recently we've been joined by some new subscribers. So I hope I'll see you all in the next one. It's been about 7 hours. I've edited a video, I've done some gardening, and I went to lunch. And you know, this foundation has really held up, and what I'm really impressed with is that the blush has not disappeared into it in any way, shape or form. The eyes, no creases whatsoever. My lipstick obviously disappeared after lunch, but that's completely normal. But yeah, I think there's a little bit, a tiny bit of foundation here in my smile lines, but honestly, it wears. I think it wears really well. No creases under my eyes, nothing on my nose. Yeah, great. I think this is a great result.